In Death is the second VR title from Icelandic studio Solfar. In this new title, In Death, you play as someone that's unfortunately met their demise and has arrived in heaven, which is represented by a floating kingdom in the sky. When you arrive in heaven, you find the place abandoned, with nothing more than forsaken souls, angelic creatures and demons waiting to stop you from restoring harmony to the afterlife. The aesthetic of the game is a dark medieval kingdom with crumbling ruins and dungeons to explore. I found the art style very similar to that of the Dark Souls series. The world itself is procedurally generated, so that means that each playthrough will be a little bit different. In Death, at its core, is an archery game with roguelike elements. This means that when you die, you lose everything you looted and you start from the beginning again. However, it has a unique twist that in each playthrough you unlock achievements, adding something new to each playthrough. I actually found this mechanic interesting and a nicely implemented addition to the game, as it added buffs to the bow and new enemies to keep things varied. However, I did find that the game lacked direction, and I feel this is mainly due to the lack of story to guide you through the game and give you a reason to keep playing. I just wanted to know more about how I'd ended up in the afterlife in the first place. Was I hit by a bus, or did I die of old age? I have no idea, as this was never explained. With no story to drive the gameplay forward, at times I just felt aimless, other than looking for the next group of enemies to take down. I will say that the archery feels great. Nailing a headshot from a distance really has you feeling like you're the next Legolas or Hawkeye. Although it won't be to everyone's taste, I actually liked the locomotion mechanic implemented in this title. You have a secondary arrow which where you shoot it and where it lands is where you dash to. You also have a dodge mechanic that you can throw down a shard which allows you to quickly avoid attacks without having to use your bow to move around. You also have access to a shield, which you can use to defend yourself against incoming arrows, but I find the lack of melee combat weapon frustrating. At times, you'll just turn a corner to find a small group of enemies right up in your grill. As you only have a bow at your disposal, this means that you have to turn around, run away to get some distance, and dispatch your enemies at range. I just wanted to wade in with my shield and a sword or something to get up close and personal with these beasts. Ultimately, I found In Death's gameplay fun for the short term, but lacked a real reason for me to keep coming back. The game would have greatly benefited from a story explaining the background and would have provided direction for you to uncover the mysteries of how heaven was taken over and what you need to do to save it. Had there been a story and melee combat, I would have pushed this title into the good category. As this is early access, the devs still have time to improve the game, but right now as it stands, I would say the game is average.